Welcome to Garden Chills. Good evening. For our next movie, we'll be looking at Ginger Snaps, Unleashed. Not long after the events of Ginger Snaps, we follow Bridget in a rehab facility, and we learn that not only is she infected with the curse, but she herself is being hunted by another werewolf. She also keeps seeing projections of Ginger, as she continually taunts Bridget that she's only delaying the inevitable, and it's only a matter of time before she ends up like her. In the first one, they were pulling from The Fly, but this one seems like they pull a bit from An American Werewolf in London, such as with David seeing the ghost of his friend.
But I thought you'd be glad to see me.
Except in this movie, it's not established if Ginger's actually a ghost or if she's just a figment of Bridget's imagination. I guess it's up to the viewer to decide on that one. But how does this one function as a follow-up to the first? Where the first one was a race against time to prevent Ginger from transforming, this one has a very depressing tone that carries on throughout the film. The first movie had that dying sense of hope that Bridget could save her sister. But here, it's the opposite. Bridget is a ticking time bomb waiting to go off. It should be noted, though, that when going in, don't expect to see a lot of Ginger in this story. As I said, she appears as a projection to Bridget, but she only makes brief appearances throughout the film. This doesn't give her much to do, but it's nice to have Catherine Isabel back in the role. This time around, Ginger comes off as cold and sinister, as she tries to persuade Bridget to give in to her beastly nature.
You can't fight what's in us, B.
I'm not like you, Ginger.
Bridget, on the other hand, has now become bitter and tired. She knows what fate awaits her, and she knows there's no changing it. She just treats the days as if they could be her last.
Would you like me to throw you at her head?
So how does the movie favor? Honestly, it's okay. It has a very disturbing beginning, showcasing Bridget conducting tests on herself to keep track of her metamorphosis. And from there, it leads to a good old bloody werewolf attack. Bridget awakens to find herself in a rehab facility, but once she's in there, it takes a while for something to happen. She tries to adjust to her new environment, such as putting up with the shady staff.
Pull down your pants.
Fuck you.
And getting to know the other patients.
Dr. Bruckner, if she doesn't shut up, I swear I'll make her drink her piss.
And a girl named Ghost who befriends Bridget, who happens to know she's a werewolf because she happens to have a werewolf comic. Yeah, just go with it. But her time at the rehab facility really doesn't add anything to the story. It slows down the movie with no clear direction on where it wants to go, and when something does happen, it comes out of convenience just to get the plot moving.
And once your hand is in position on your clitoris, we'll begin.
Or it comes off as really fucking weird. Yep, definitely getting an American Werewolf vibes. Or maybe I'm reading too far into it. There are some entertaining werewolf scenes, and that does include an entertaining final act, complete with solid practical effects. But it takes a while to get there. The body horror element isn't the main focus like it was in the first, but towards the ending, there are some pretty grotesque effects that are shown off. I appreciate that the filmmakers didn't try to copy the first one, and I enjoy how the film conveys a very depressing and hopeless tone as we see Bridget's story play out. But the execution could have been better. As I said, it's an okay sequel.
I wouldn't go out there if I were you.